All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and say it ain't so. We are back with Fani Willis, the woman that has been caught in a scandal, and she cannot get out of it. Now, this one right here is coming from Adogg. I will leave the original video in the description. Now, he said that Fani Willis just got hit with a dire surprise because she lied under oath. She is in big trouble now. She already did enough by running to a black church and lying, trying to play the race card. So how you gonna run to a black church and say that people is after you and Nathan Wade because you're black and that y'all didn't do anything, and then come to find out you admitted to doing something with them? You know what I'm saying? Just straight lying. So now we're about to get ready and check this one out. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. I also want to thank everybody who clicked on the video for the very first time. I appreciate all of you. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive straight into this. And as y'all can see, I got on my Tucker Carlson shirt today. Shout out to Tucker Carlson. And like I said, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this, and let's see what Doug got for us, y'all. Let's go.
Fani Willis is the center of attention. She is the focus of it all, not Trump. These are coming out almost every day. She is so corrupt. It's so hilarious and backfiring against her. We have another one of the 18 defendants turning around and demanding she be removed from the trial.
Wow.
This is all good news for Trump.
Yep.
Welcome to An Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. I hope you'll subscribe. It encourages me to do more of these kinds of videos. Let's go. There's a lot to cover. Grab some popcorn and a drink. This is going to take a second. Here's embattled DA Fani Willis faces fourth accusation to disqualify her from the Trump case. That means Fani Willis has the same number of accusers against her as Trump has indictments against him. Four. A fourth co-defendant in the Georgia case against former President Donald Trump has filed a motion for the court to disqualify embattled District Attorney Fani Willis. So this is the same thing that Roman guy did. Remember the headshot of him? And we'll get this other guy's headshot just so you can. This is David Schaefer. In case you haven't seen him, I'll pop a headshot in right here of his mugshot. Co-defendant David Schaefer, who in 2020 served as the Georgia GOP chairman and a GOP presidential elector for Georgia during the 2020 election, filed a motion in court Monday saying Willis has engaged in a, quote, pattern of prosecutorial forensic misconduct, which he says should disqualify not only her, but her entire office and prosecution staff. Schaefer on Monday claimed that Willis had a pattern of prejudicial public statements about the case through various media interviews and public speeches. I agree with this. It's clear that she's prejudiced against Trump. And claimed that in making such statements, she intended to, quote, reject and infect the jury pool. Now, this one I hadn't heard before. This is brand new. It actually makes sense. This is about why she went and made the big announcement at a church instead of to the media.
Right.
We're all going, why would she do that? His Schaefer's proposal is that she was trying to poison the jury pool to her side.
Yeah, that was she was trying to do.
A little more specific than that. Schaefer and his lawyers argue that this is primarily what warrants her removal. They say that she went to that black church and said, look, everybody, potential jurors, this was done because of racism. Remember that? This was done because of racism. And now, by implication, right, if you're in the jury and you take the side of Trump or against Fani Willis, then you are what? A racist. That's what he's claiming she did by going to that church. In other words, she got her message out to more potential jurors by going to that church. And so he's claiming that's evidence. But as noted, Gillen states, District Attorney Willis and Mr. Wade are not victims here. These are self-inflicted and completely avoidable errors in which the defense has no hand. But the defense, being Trump, had nothing to do with what they did to themselves, but are of such significance that the defense has no choice but to put them before the court. They're even saying, look, this is so obviously corrupt, we have to bring it up. You know, it wasn't our fault. Fani Willis did this. Gillen said in the filing that Willis's discomfort, because they're going, oh, Willis, she's so uncomfortable having to bring her relationship in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Gillen said in filing that Willis' discomfort pales in comparison to what Mr. Schaefer, a presumptively and actually innocent man, has endured. So imagine that. This guy's a poor schmo who was called a fake elector and a false elector.
I agree.
Which is not necessarily true. And that he was given RICO charges for racketeering. So this is why we say, if it's good enough to go after Schaefer and for being loosely associated with Trump, then it's good enough to go after Fani Willis. Boot on the neck. Do not let up. I want her embarrassed, off the case.
Same way she's been doing Trump.
Disbarred, impeached, and thrown in jail. And probably deported. Do not stop. No mercy. I'm tired of mercy for one side for poor Fani Willis, but guys like Schaefer, throw the book at him, charge him with anything you want. This is just politics. Wait till you see the stinky trail of money that's funding Fani Willis. It goes all the way up to the evil one. Here's his life has been upended by unwarranted and meritless charges filed by District Attorney Willis. Poor Schaefer, this guy. And Fani Willis, that she does not have the legal authority or jurisdiction to even pursue, the filing states. Now, here's David Schaefer's Twitter. So this is the defendant, right?
David Schaefer.
One of the 18 defendants that she nailed with RICO charges. Schaefer writes, we today filed 5 motions in Fulton County case, including this new 229-page motion to disqualify Fani Willis for a continuing pattern of forensic prosecutorial misconduct. I'm not going to read all of those 229 pages, but I could do a show every day for a year just on this document. Here's the front of the page, okay? In the Superior Court of Fulton County, State of Georgia. This is State of Georgia versus David J. Schaefer. With defendant David J. Schaefer's motion to disqualify the district attorney for Fulton County, Georgia, Atlanta Judicial Court, and the district attorney's office from further prosecution of this action and for an evidentiary hearing. So now Fani Willis, all these people she called up that they just threw out in bulk with RICO charges, now every one of them can come back after her and say she should be removed for her corruption. Taking money from the government, spending it on herself to go after Trump. Quote, if I were to comment on any open case, it would be a reason to conflict my office out. That is, there'd be so much conflict that this office should be removed if they commented on an open case. Who said this? Fulton County District Attorney Fani T. Willis, November 14th, 2023. Emphasis added. Well, she commented on an open case, and by her own standards, it is reason to conflict her office out of the case. This is to the
Fani Willis is basically cooked. You got everybody coming after her now. The 18 defendants, everybody wants her removed. They ain't even talking about just her. They talking about removing her from the entire office. They talking about removing everybody that's working under her, everybody that's worked in the office with her. They want everybody gone. Cause y'all remember what they did to Miss Timpson? Everybody in that office was corrupt. So if you weren't falling in line with the corruption that Fani Willis them had going on, they wanted you out of there. So if they're going to get rid of Fani Willis, they're going to have to get rid of everybody that was working under her as well, because all of them is corrupt. They was falling in the same line as her, and they ain't playing around. I told you, every single day is something coming out about Fani Willis. I'm telling you, this case that she has on Trump, it has to be thrown out. This woman got everybody. Now she see how Donald Trump felt. Now you see how Donald Trump felt, Fani? Huh? I said, do you see how Donald Trump felt? This is how I feel when you got so many people coming after you. So now you get to feel it. You caught in this scandal. You spent government money on you and Nathan Wade to go on these trips and didn't think you was going to get caught. Now everybody is coming out and calling this woman out. She going to be in court all this year. Her whole 2024 is ruined. She going to be in court all year. And I just can't wait till we get the news that this case has been thrown out that she has against Donald Trump. That's what I'm waiting on, because I believe it's going to happen. Every day it seems like it's getting closer and closer. Boy, this is corruption at its finest. This woman is full of corruption. Lied under oath, went to a black church, tried to play the racist card that had nothing to do with it. And y'all remember what I told y'all? The time that she gets in trouble, she runs to a black church. And she made sure that church was black because she wanted everybody on her side to try to make it seem like the white man was coming after her. But yet she's been going after the white man all year. Well, all since of last year on into this year. And she wanted to play the racist card when she get in trouble. Instead of going to the press, she go to a church and try to get sympathy. Try to lie to all the black people, trying to make it seem like Donald Trump them is racist for coming after a black woman and a black man. It is just ridiculous. So how you gonna go to a black church and lie like that and then finally come out public and say, yes, you did sleep with him? Just don't make sense. Come on.
The reporter of the Washington Post. Number one, introduction and background. The Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has engaged in a pattern of prosecutorial forensic misconduct, which compels her disqualification from the prosecution of this case, as well as the disqualification of her entire office and prosecution staff. All of the causes for the disqualifications are self-inflicted blows. That was you, Fani Willis. You did this to yourself. We got to find the enemy. You know who the racist is? Look in the mirror. You're the bad guy racist that destroyed your own career.
Yep.
Straying wildly from the legal guardrails, which are designed to protect the accused from improper blah, blah, blah. That's just the beginning of the 299-page document. Here's Technofrog on Twitter. New details alleged against Fulton County DA Fani Willis. They're new. It's like this is a fire hose that will not end against this woman.
It won't.
Witnesses will testify she, quote, cohabitated, unquote, with Nathan Wade despite her denials at her home. So she claimed, remember, she said, this isn't corrupt because I fell in love with Nathan Wade after I hired him. And now we're finding out that's a lie.
Yeah,
they have
she's
witnesses
lying.
That said she and Nathan Wade were living with each other, cohabitated with.
Wow, they was living with each other. And as soon as Fani Willis paid this man, he divorced his wife. Come on, you tell me that ain't corruption? And this man that has no experience in doing any of the work that you're trying to get him to do, and he get paid $650,000 to try to help you take out Trump. And y'all using this money, taxpayers' money, against Trump. This is ridiculous. I told you, it's going to be more and more stuff that's going to come out. And I don't believe it's over yet. I believe it's more stuff that this woman is hiding. Because remember, they want them records too that she won't show. They want everything.
With each other before he was hired. Did she lie under oath? That's a felony.
Yep.
The relationship began in 2019. She's claiming it happened in 2020 or 22. 3 years before Willis Wade says it began, and before Wade's 2021 appointment. Oof. She's just done, guys. She's cooked. It gets worse for her every day. She has told so many lies. Now, here's that legal document. Notably, Wade's affidavit proves that a hearing in this matter is needed. For example, if Mr. Roman, remember this is Roman, is the other defendant that went after Fani Willis and initially wanted this thing dismissed, was permitted to cross-examine Nathan Wade, he could ask questions such as the following. In paragraph 17 of your affidavit, you swore that you met Miss Willis in October of 2019. Isn't it true that you began more than just a friendship at that conference? In paragraph 31 of your affidavit, you swore that you've never cohabitated with Miss Willis, but the attached documents show you shared a king-size bed with her in Aruba from November 1st to November 4th. Additionally, witnesses will testify that you cohabitated with Miss Willis at her home in South Fulton. You lived there, buddy, until her father moved in with her, and then he began to cohabitate at the apartment of a friend of hers in East Point. More on Technofrog. Witness will testify that DA Fani Willis cohabitated in Airbnb. That was paid for by taxpayer money.
Whoa, boy, she is in trouble, y'all. Just look at this. Witnesses will testify that DA Fani Willis and Wade cohabitated at an Airbnb that was paid for by taxpayers' money. The safe house was also a romantic getaway. So they basically was trying to hide this the entire time. And you got to see how much trouble that she really in, because almost everything she's doing, she's using government's money. She's using taxpayers' money. This woman, like Doug said, she's is cooked. She's cooked.
The safe house was also a romantic getaway. She guilty of corruption. She has to get removed and her whole office removed. Additionally, witnesses will testify that you cohabitated with Miss Willis at an Airbnb in Hapeville that was paid for by taxpayer money to serve as a safe house for you and Miss Willis. Wade started divorce proceedings the day after he was hired as special prosecutor on the Trump case. The divorce turned contentious last year after Jocelyn Mayfield Wade, that's Wade's wife, complained that her husband had failed to disclose his finances, including income from working on the Trump case.
So look, y'all just pay attention to this and what Doug just said. Wade started his divorce proceedings the day after he was hired. So pretty much him and Fani Willis had to been already messing around way before then, because he already knew Fani Willis probably made him a decision like, I'm going to pay you a lot of money. I'm going to put you on the Trump case so you can make more and more money. So he fell for the okie doke. And that's what Fani Willis did. She really just literally took this man's from his wife. And you tell me that ain't corrupt. Look at this. Wade started divorce proceedings the day after he was hired as a special prosecutor on the Trump case. The divorce turned contentious last year after Jocelyn Mayfield Wade complained that her husband has failed to disclose his finances, including income from working on the Trump case. So here's the thing. He was making so much money on this Trump case. Obviously, we find out it was almost $700,000, and he didn't want his wife to find out. Obviously, he didn't want her to find out that Fani, because she knew that his wife would have been like, why is she paying you so much money and you just started? Like, you don't have no experience in this, so why is she paying you so much money? So he tried to hide that by not trying to tell his wife how much he was making. So that was a red flag from the get-go. Because there's no way that somebody that has no experience going to make that amount of money when Fani Willis already had people in office already, and the highest person that she was paying in her office was like $93,000. And this man just comes straight in and make almost $700,000. Like, come on now. You can tell they've been messing around way before then. Fani Willis already knew who this man was. They were just lying.
He's a deadbeat dad and a deadbeat husband. Where's the feminists on this one? About anti-deadbeat dads? They're defending him. That's Democrats for you. They do not care about fathers. They do not care about deadbeat dads when it doesn't serve their political outlook. It is time for them to circle the wagons around Nathan Wade. He did nothing wrong, even though he was hiding income from his wife so that she would not get paid. He's stealing. Even the government money he's stealing. Whoopsie. Harry Littman just admitted Fani Willis is getting help from outside lawyers to write her court filings. Fani Willis is a plagiarist. But wait till you hear
you're right, a plagiarist.
the dark money, how evil, where it probably comes from. Here's the Midas touch, a bunch of liberal squares trying to defend the indefensible Fani Willis. This lawyer lets it slip out. He goes, look, Fani Willis, I just want you to know that her documents are so well written because she's getting help from an outside source. So that's not a Republican came up with this. This is a Democrat Marxist apparatchik that came up with this. Watch.
So yeah, the writing's been splendid, notably so. This 176-page motion actually got an assist. We don't know, I don't know exactly who it was, but there have been some outside lawyers who've been joining the cause. You know, we have just everything is so different and they're in a fishbowl, but that includes then people who want to be helpful if they can.
This document is so well written. It got an assist, he said. They just now said, look, someone outside is helping. What does that mean? Here's Jeff Carlson. We've been noting this for some time. On October 4th, 2021, Brookings and Eisen published a report titled Fulton County, Georgia's Trump Investigation, an analysis of the reported facts and the applicable law. Eisen also has long-standing ties to CREW, C-R-E-W, and 3 of Eisen's co-authors are directly employed by CREW. 2 others are employed by the Brookings Institute. Both entities also provide outside funding and staff support to the report. Okay, so he's just saying, look, here's the group of people that are helping on the legal side. One other notable founder was also involved, the Open Society Foundation. Oops.
George Soros.
George Soros's funding vehicle. There you go, guys. The same guy that appointed her is funding all these lawyers to go after Trump through a dummy like Fani Willis, who can't even write her own legal documents, needs help by outside brainiacs that Soros is funding. Also means Soros, through Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, colluding with the White House Biden to go after an opponent. How's that for dirty?
Yeah. We all knew that. We all knew that Joe Biden knows all about this crap about Nathan Wade and Fani Willis coming to the White House. You know that they trying to take out Donald Trump by any means necessary. Jack Smith, all of them. Alvin Bragg, I mean, just all of them. They are just trying to find a way to take out Donald Trump. All of them, Letitia James running to the White House, talking to Joe Biden. See, that's what I'm saying. Joe Biden knows everything because he know he's losing. So they was trying to come up with something, but all of this stuff that they trying to come up with done backfired badly, especially after this scandal came out on Fani Willis.
Rotten expose right here in exile. The Eisen report lists 7 pages of, quote, key people, including all those indicted by Fulton County DA Fani Willis. What does this mean? What's the significance of that? This is the report. It was an action plan that the Eisen report put together. And it had the 18 RICO charges, the people they went after. So it would have Sidney Powell and Jenna Ellis and all of these names that are coming out were on that list. So they put together the hit list. Fani Willis wasn't smart enough to do it. Of course not. How would she know about what these people did?
Right.
It's these brainiacs put it together, handed it to Fani Willis, and she aped it. They actually had, wait, let me read this next. The information provided by Eisen is so detailed and expansive that it appears Willis could have cut and pasted Eisen's work into her indictments. These are amateurs. At a bare minimum, it's clear that Willis had her hand held by outside lawyers that her throughout the entire process. Also notable are the overlapping dates of Eisen's reports and Willis's investigation. So as his reports came out, Willis's investigation comes out. And here's just a little tail note on that.
I think it's been solid, though. I have from the start thought, wow, charging it as a RICO has a lot of implications, and I care the most about speed. And I think that it's a big vehicle to try to lumber down the road and also be quick.
Whoops, I wanted speed and I added a bunch of RICO charges that slowed this thing the hell down. Good news for Trump, it's all slowed down and gummed up.
So how? Shout out to Doug, man. That was another great video. 17 minutes of straight facts from Doug. Obviously, we see exactly what's going on. This woman then lied under oath, and she could basically face a felony, man. Like, you know, lying under oath. She got a lot on her plate right now, but we shall see. Like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.